An absolute truckload of hobby capital is wrapped up in LeBron James cards. Why is that? Are LeBron cards overrated? Let's debate and discuss. Stick around. Hello to all my sports card collectors, investors, all of my collectibles friends. It is another day, another card video. This is going to be a fun topic, a good debate topic, I feel like, and this will be a good one again. I like to learn from viewership, also just hear other people's opinion. It helps me to understand how others think, and that's always a good thing. Before I get started, please hit that subscribe button down below if you've been watching. We come out with just about daily content, and we are going to keep it coming. We try to attack topics that are great debates, hobby debates, things that don't make a lot of sense sometimes, hobby news, all sorts of different stuff. So thanks very much for joining today. Also connect with me on IG at SportsCardDad, and I'm also on the Twitter, the SportsCardDad. Before I get started, huge shout out to channel partner ComC. They are going to be at the National again this year, and they will be on site accepting submissions, giving away thousands of dollars in store credit. Take 40% off Elite and 30% off select submissions this year for items submitted on site at the National between Wednesday, July 27th and Sunday, July 31st. All you have to do is just write Elite 40 or Select 30 on your submission slips. They are at booth 1240. Stop on by. Now, before all the LeBron fans come out in droves in the comments section, let me first say that absolute respect to the guy. First off, I mean, he was mega hyped going back to 2003, coming out of high school. He was the second coming. This guy was all the rage. The hype machine was on 1,000, and he has delivered, and that is extremely rare in professional sports. I mean, think about all the pressure that the average athlete, pro athlete faces, and this guy was expected to be, Michael Jordan Part 2 right out of the gate, and really delivered right out of the gate. I mean, I remember when he was a kid playing against the San Antonio Spurs, against Tim Duncan and that crew. They ended up getting swept, I think, or maybe they won one of the games, but he was so young. But he took that Cavs team, threw it on his back, and they went to the finals, and he went to a ton of finals, obviously. He does have 4 rings, and he probably will be the all-time scoring leader, taking it away from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar here in a couple of years. So this is not about accomplishments or respect for the athlete, but we're going to take a look at the card portion of this. This is really talking about cards and whether or not it's justified the amount of hobby dollars that are spent on LeBron. If we're looking at rings, there's a lot of guys that have more rings than LeBron James. And the reason why I think this is a good debate is because the amount of money that is in LeBron James cards dwarfs a lot of the guys that have really accomplished a ton as well. I mean, if we're looking at just championships, Bill Russell obviously is a big name, but a lot of guys on that Celtics team nobody really even knows about. Sam Jones. Sam Jones is a guy that was a 5-time All-Star, won 10 rings with Bill. He's second to Bill Russell with number of rings, and he's got a 61 Fleer rookie card. And he's got 1 rookie card. How many rookie cards does LeBron James have? A zillion. And then you've got all the parallels and everything that come after that. Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the guy that LeBron is looking to take his scoring title, his all-time scoring title. Kareem has a tall boy 69 Topps rookie card, amazing card. This card in a PSA 9, pop is 17. Last sold at the end of 2021 for about $200,000. There's only 2 copies of the PSA 10, so that one's going to have obviously a big-time multiplier, the 10. But a 9 of the only rookie card for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Kareem's got 6 titles. He's got 6 titles. He's the all-time leading scorer. I know maybe he falls into that big man category where big men just don't get the hobby love, but Kareem's also done a lot post-career, stayed in the public eye, etc. Walter Payton rookie card, PSA 10. This is a beautiful card. I actually saw this card at the Dallas Card Show last year, about a year ago, and it was tremendous in a PSA 10. There's only 53 of these in existence. Recent sales at about 94,000. I've seen this go from about 75 to 95,000 over the last 12 to 18 months. A lot would say Walter Payton is the greatest running back of all time. He only has 1 rookie card, and in a perfect PSA 10. Keep in mind, this is a 50-year-old card, and it's the only rookie card for Walter Payton. Joe Montana also has 4 rings, just like LeBron. PSA 10, pop 108. There's only 108 Joe Montana rookie cards in a PSA 10. Last sale at $73,000, and this kind of bounces around again. This one is actually kind of before the boom, was a $30,000, $40,000 card. It's about doubled, over the last few years. But again, Joe Montana's only rookie card. I'm going to keep on hitting on that pattern because, and the reason why I say that is think about the amount of rookie cards that are coming out now. And LeBron, he came out at the same time as Tom Brady, early 2000s. That's kind of the tough part with Tom Brady is that he just has a lot of rookie cards. He's got a lot of autos, just a lot of cards of Tom Brady. But to me, the big difference is Tom Brady really is the clear-cut GOAT in his sport. Some people will argue with me that Tom Brady is not the GOAT, but many will fall in that line of hey, Tom Brady with his longevity, he's kind of like the LeBron with the longevity, but he's got 7 rings. He's still adding to it, and he's got all the scoring titles. He's got the touchdown record. He's got the yardage record. And it will be tough to catch if Brady plays for another season, couple of seasons. It could put those records out of reach. And I really think that's part of the motivation for Brady is that if he just plays for a couple of more seasons, he probably puts a lot of these passing records out of reach. I understand it's a passing league. I understand we've added a game now. We've got 17 games. But it would still be at least 10, 15, maybe 20 years before anyone approaches these records. Aaron Rodgers is the only one that is really kind of in the mix there for a lot of this stuff. Matt Ryan, I know, is in there for the yardage, but for the most part, those records are fairly safe. And so for a lot of these guys, all-time greats, they don't have a card. Even their best card doesn't approach 6 figures. How many 6-figure and 7-figure cards does LeBron James have? And I know that a lot of long-term LeBron holders are thinking over time, he's going to be appreciated that much more. I actually think, though, that could be the case, but it could also go the other way where we're kind of paying a premium now for his legacy is going to carry on long term, and that's going to be great. Is that already baked into a lot of this pricing? Because you see that on the other end too, where guys are all the rage when they're playing, and then after they retire, they are forgotten about. It's the next guy up. It's the Sam Jones of his day. Everyone just forgot. Everyone just passes these guys up by. And, a lot of these vintage players, nobody pays attention to. And it would take a long time, I think, for LeBron James to fall into that mix. But there will be more great players that will be compared to LeBron. And again, this kind of falls in the bucket of stuff that doesn't make a ton of sense to me in the hobby. And so I like to just put it out into the universe, get feedback on it, and it's helpful. And again, it's not taking away from LeBron's achievements, accomplishments, all of that. I said that in the beginning of the video. It's not taking away. It's simply the amount of dollars put towards one player, when really, if you're making comparisons to a lot of other players that came prior, there's nowhere near that hobby love or hobby money put into that particular player. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. Thank you very much for joining me here today. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.